Alright guys, so here's that rare backdrop I wanted to show off from way back. Had to take a trip to scenario 4 once again to get here. Very hard to see for yourself, so. And here's a full interior view. Not something you come across very often in a standard playthrough, so there you go. And now that we have that unpleasantness out of the way, now we get to the fun stuff. The secret class for the women generals. First up to bat is going to be Narm, going to graduate to Ranger. And take a look at that stat jump. Over 40 attack, the defense of a Grand Knight, and movement of 9. And right behind her is... who is this? They all look the same at this point, literally. Oh, Chris, right. Who has the evil axe, so her attack is about to go from 39 to 49. Staggering, isn't it? And last but never least is our mage du jour, Jessica. One of my personal favorites. Also about to make the grade to Ranger. And our trinity is complete. Now time to try them out in an actual battle. Here we find ourselves in scenario 18. I thought this would be a great place to showcase their abilities because normally, as you've seen before, the golems are very hard to break through. Well, since we have characters now with over 40 attack base stat, this is before giving them items, I think we'll be able to do a little bit more this time. And to demonstrate that will be Narm. And the only reason she took any damage from them is because, yes, she has the evil axe. So her defense is under 20. However, with that 49 attack, things will be alright in the end. Yeah, so they're still tough, don't get me wrong, defensively, but with the Rangers, if you wanted to, you could easily take care of all of them within a few turns. It's just merely a question of patience. Do you have it, and are you willing to spend it? And here they come with the counterattack. By the way, I went ahead and made Leiden a Grand Knight for this playthrough just to mix things up since I knew I was going to be focusing on the women anyway. Everybody else is pretty much there for support or not there at all. Yeah, so it's all about Leiden and his leading ladies at this point. I found that if you decided to go this route, as you can see here, it is very viable. You just have to give as much experience to the three of them as possible. I might as well give some to Leiden because he has to be there. And don't focus on anybody else. It's kind of hard for me to neglect everybody else, but it is doable. And really, you'll be fine because the Rangers are so powerful, you honestly don't need anybody else. At most, you might want to make a few Lords, keep them close by so that they can heal who needs it. But to be truthful, if you're good about applying treatment as necessary, I don't see any reason why you would need to heal them. I mean, there are some battles where you can get bombarded by magic very quickly, but that's generally in battles like Scenario 12 where you wouldn't have Rangers that soon anyway. Now maybe if you pumped everything into a single character, it would be possible to have them a Ranger at that point, but I still don't know how likely that would be. And again, I'm talking playing legitimately, no cheats whatsoever. All this was done the old-fashioned way. And here we're in Scenario 19. Right off the bat, we're going to throw out an Earthquake, courtesy of Jess, and that was perfect actually. That was exactly where I would have wanted a pathway to be created. So what do you say, guys? Feel like seeing a battle cleared out in 2 turns or less? Because that's what's about to happen, I think. Again, no cheat codes were applied here. I played up to this point. I did not use any level skip codes or anything. So this is very, very feasible. It was a lot of work to get all of them up to this point, but I'd say this is a worthwhile return on investment. If you remember, there were a lot of enemies in this fight, so I just wanted to edit all that out. We don't need to see them march. They're never going to make it. And these skeletons are going to die once again. So here, you have a viable option besides monks against them, because they can't do anything to these guys. Over 30 defense there thanks to Langrisser. They don't stand a chance. She probably has a shield equipped. And of course Nyaga, he can't do anything to them. Now he will try to cast Confuse, but as far as I can tell, the Ranger class is immune to that spell. Maybe they're immune to all status spells. If they aren't, they are extremely resistant to it, because I've never seen it affect them. So that's another bonus I have. And again, 9 movement, unaffected by terrain as well. I'm wondering why they call them Rangers. They're obviously ninjas, right? I mean, I'm not just saying things, that is Shuriken, right? Anyway, he's down within 2 turns. Is that a world record? Anyway, here we are in the final battle once more, dealing with Chaos and his elementals. He's throwing out an Earthquake, which normally would be a threat, but again, we're very powerful here. Leiden is actually the most susceptible to them at this point, despite being a Grand Knight and all the power that comes with that. Compared to the Rangers, yeah, I'd be more concerned about his safety. That's why we have him partially surrounded here. Pseudo, sorta. There's only so much I can do with 4 characters. Everybody else, they just stayed home. Told them they weren't needed, but thanks anyway. And you can see why. Again, as with the golems, the elementals here normally very dangerous, here inconsequential. Again, there are a lot of ways to approach battles here. If you take the defensive route, stand your ground, and apply treatments copiously, you really don't have too much to worry about in most situations. Just wait the enemy out, let them exhaust their MP, lower their health attacking you, and then turn around and bring the counterattack. It's slower, but it's the safest way to go. That's if you're playing on your own now. Here I am showing this off to you fine people, so I'm not always going to take that route. As I'm sure you can imagine why. Now you might also notice that I have Narm sitting in the throne there. She has the highest attack currently. Now, or does she? Well, she may not have the highest attack, but she has the highest attack defense ratio, thanks to Langrisser. So I'm trying to work it so that Chaos will attack her. I figured it was best to put my strongest character in that position, and right now that's her. You might think, hey, to take advantage of that 40%, why not put somebody who's a little weaker so they'll be less susceptible to attack? Well, I thought about it, and really, to make the most of that advantage, I figured put our strongest character there. Because I don't want to stalemate, I want to win, so that's what we're going for here. And this is when we start moving characters. Now we want to reduce these elementals to 0 before we try to entice Chaos, because he's probably not going to want to move until we've extinguished all of his troops. So we're gonna leave that one behind that we can't quite reach and see what happens. I'm gonna weaken him first if I can. Okay. He's benefiting from that 40% on the wall. That's what that was. Despite that, I'm surprised that she did so poorly, but there is still a random element to this. Now, it's possible those elementals will finish her, but I'm confident in her defense holding up. Yep. Only mildly terrifying, right? Now, we are going to get her out of there, though. Right after we heal everybody else up. This is where that movement comes in handy. I think she'll be well out of harm's way if I put her right here. Yeah. So not this upcoming turn, but the one after, hopefully I can position so that he will attack from a position where, oh, perfect. This is what I was going for. Now, he didn't attack who I would have wanted him to attack, but the most important thing is where he's positioned. Now Narm has access. And we're going to take advantage. Just like that. And there you have it. Folks, it's been a great time, really. But the Langrisser Let's Play Warsong is officially completed. I've done just about everything I can do here. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I've done my best to present you a very thorough glimpse into a game that did not get nearly enough acclaim back then or today. So hopefully this series will have done something to address that. Please be sure to come back and visit soon when I present Langrisser 2 and much more in store in the future. Until then, take care, have a fantastic day, and hopefully see you soon.